I think we're live.
Are we live?
I think we're live.
I'm so mad that we're live and like both of us. Oh,
We're live.
I see us.
Hi, people. There's nobody there yet.
I'm so mad
This
that
is
we're
like a
live.
little bit late.
I see us.
Hello. To-go events joined.
Oh, hi y'all.
Hi,
Y'all are
To-Go
so
Events.
great.
Y'all were awesome. So, to-go events joined.
Oh, hi y'all. Y'all are so great.
Hello, Healthy Mavs, our friends over at UT Arlington.
Hey y'all.
I feel like we need a big banner.
You know, probably so. Okay, why is it not showing the flag? But because I was on UT Dallas account. So. Shout out to my shirts. It says Sex EDU, and it was created by Axe Goody. She has an Instagram. She's a sex educator. She's amazing, and she makes really, really amazing apparel. And no, she did not pay me to say that. It's just that I really love this shirt and also really respect what she does because she's great.
Sorry, I'm getting feedback on our delay, so I'm trying to check on that.
But while he's doing that, because he's the tech guy, also he's the sex educator. If you want to ask questions anonymously, you can go to www.slido.com and use the code 0069, and you can ask questions. I'm checking on those. You can put your name if you want to, or you can just go ahead and ask them anonymously, whatever, works for you. If you have, like an OnlyFans name that you want me to say on here, I'm going to read what it says. So I'm just saying.
We will plug your OnlyFans.
Yeah. Because, I'm going to read exactly what it says. And no judgment.
So no, she was saying that. Okay, our sound and video is synced. She hears our feed in the background, so so as long as our volume is down.
Okay.
Great. All right, cool. We're working out technical difficulties.
Right. I think we're ready to go now. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the Q&A part of Sex Bowl. We just had this amazing trivia game. So if you missed it, I'm really sorry that you missed it. But it was amazing. Shout out to To-Go Events because they did it. And the host was amazing.
Great hosting.
I mean, the energy was just everywhere. So thank you all for coming. Welcome to UT Dallas to the freshmen. I know that this is a different year for everyone, and shout out to y'all for just being so resilient and persevering anyway. That's amazing. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I guess we should probably say who we are, though. You might need to. You're not in the box.
No, I think I'm in the box. So the box is a little.
Okay, so sorry. We're trying to figure this out. Just bear with us. So
we are currently streaming, by the way, on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. So follow us on all of those at Healthy Comments.
Yes, and then we have the fur sex educator who is hanging out, and he'll be popping up every now and then. This is my coworker who apparently got promoted today to boss and just now tells me what to do. So yeah, that's Mason.
Who are you?
Oh yeah, introductions. So I'm Renisha. I am the assistant director of the Student Wellness Center. If you have been watching our IG stories, I've been randomly posting today because today was a day in the life of me. So yeah, and this is Sexpo. So yeah, I'm the assistant director. I do a lot pertaining to sex ed education on the campus. I work with our student workers, which are called peer health educators, because they're amazing and they're great. Yeah, that's what I do. Who are you?
I am Austin Rupert. I am the administrative project coordinator for the Student Wellness Center at UTD. So if you tuned into our Instagram takeover a few days ago, Friday, that was me. So if you missed it, you missed a really great time, but I hope you checked out some of the stuff that Renisha has been posting today. Like she said, we are here to answer all of your must answer sex questions, relationship questions, courting, if you will, whatever it may be.
Your ship questions.
Your ship questions. Don't ask me nautical things because I don't know. I can't even swim. But if it has to do with the other kind of ships, I got you because I can ship. And if not, I've read about shipping. So that's like shipping. So.
Gotcha. So I will start off by explaining why I just said ships and left the like relation part of it, because there are so many kinds of ships now. Like, so you have like courtship, you have relationships, you have, as I like to say, sexuationships, you have situationships. So partnerships, whatever that ship is. So I just kind of, you fill out that first part and then ship. That's where that goes. But if, like you said, the nautical stuff, no. So yeah, also know that if you all don't ask questions or engage, it's going to be super awkward and it'll just kind of be us like staring at y'all. Nobody wants that. So we do have a couple of questions and I guess we can kind of just get started with those. Okay, so am I more likely to get STDs from anal sex or vaginal sex? That's a really good question. And the answer is you're more likely to get STI or, be able to contract STIs from any kind of sex that you're having, especially when there are no barriers involved. So I think I answered that pretty thoroughly. But, I mean, there isn't like, oh, I'm more likely to get sex from this to that. Any kind of sex that you're engaging in, if you aren't using barriers, if you have not been tested, if your partner or partners have not been tested, then there's a risk for sexually transmitted infections.
Wait, any kind of sex? Even oral sex?
Yes. Oral
really?
Sex. Yeah. So you can, whatever you can get here, shout out to our director. This is her dance. Whatever you can get here, you can get here. So just keep that in mind as you all are navigating through things. Plug the Student Wellness Center. So we have flavored condoms in our office, and they are solely for oral sex. Yeah.
We also have flavored lube.
We have flavored lube, and we have dental dams as well, which I owe someone a visual of a dental dam. So I will grab that soon. So yeah, that's that.
We have visual aids.
We have visual aids. Advice for casual hookups / Tinder during COVID-19. I'm gonna let you take that one while I go scurry away to grab visual aids.
That's scary. Okay, so COVID-19. COVID is a thing. So when it comes to casual, putting COVID to the side, when it comes to casual hookups, casual dating, Tinder, those different apps, you wanna be as safe as possible, right? So when you are navigating those during COVID, well, as we know with COVID symptoms, or just with COVID in general, someone could have COVID and not show any symptoms. The symptoms might show up for a few weeks. So, does that mean that you can't date? No, you can date virtually. Just like we'd like to be talking to you all in person right now, it's probably not the best thing to do, right? So, having sex with a new partner in person might not be the best thing to do right now. There's really no way to know for sure currently if your new partner, the new person that you're interacting with, does have COVID. So I would suggest that you can still make friends. You can still make potential partners. You can still create new relationships or just new ships, whatever they may be. But try to be creative. Do that virtually. When you're meeting someone virtually on Tinder anyway. Go on some virtual dates. You can do some Zoom dates if you want. There's all kinds of different apps out there, different Netflix watch parties, all kinds of things that you could be doing virtually. And then also when it comes to sex, there's things like phone sex. There's things like virtual sex via a webcams. So there are definitely ways to still make connections with people, but still keep yourself safe from COVID-19.
Also, with the virtual stuff and sex, consent is still a thing. If someone sends you a video or is, streaming whatever they're doing for you live, that's not for you to show the squad or the crew. Like, that's not. It's for you. They did not consent to that. They consented to you. This is for your eyes only. So just keep that in mind. Consent is still important, and that goes the other way too. Like, if you are sending stuff, that is just for the folks that you are sending it to. It's only for them, not again for the squad and or the crew. So the next question we have is, will condoms be available on campus this semester? Question. Good question. The answer to that right now is we are still working from home, so our office is not open, so we can't give y'all condoms. Hopefully, there will come a time when we are able to work through this and at least be able to maybe schedule a time for y'all to come pick up condoms. But even still, we are in the works of trying to navigate how to do that with social distancing. So it might just be like, you come at 1 o'clock, you come at 1:10, and we kind of sort of give you things like through the door with one of those like sticks or something. I don't really know what they're called.
Little grabbers?
Yeah, the grabbers, that's it.
I think my grandma got one of those.
So yeah, it might boil down to that eventually, but right now we are not on campus to just make sure that only folks who need to be on campus are on campus and to ensure the safety of, the UT Dallas family. So right now they're not available. But when they become available, we got y'all. Yeah. And we also have some new and fun means of getting access to condoms whenever we can get back on campus, and things like order sheets, because y'all love a good order sheet, right? So yeah. The answer to that is right now no, because none of the Student Wellness Center staff are on campus. Side note, with the Student Wellness Center and the office, we moved. We moved. We are no longer in SSB 4.5. We are now in SSA on the 4th floor.
4 point TBD. We're on the 4th floor.
4 point. Where the CSR was. That is where we will be.
That is where we are now.
And if any of the other Student Wellness Center family is on this, like if you all want to put the actual number, please do that. But yeah, I don't know it. I don't know it at all. But yeah, we moved. That's the most important part. We moved. So
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
I will say though, if you are currently residing on campus and you need contraception, there are some other places that you can get contraception that are not the Student Wellness Center. They are not free, but they are available to you. As far as I know, in the student union on the 1st floor, the CVS machine should still be available, and therefore you should be able to purchase them there. So if you are on campus, you can't get off campus, and you need that contraception, take a brisk little quick walk over to the student union, and you should be able to pick up some from the CVS machine.
Wear your mask while you're taking that walk.
Please
wear your mask. So we got a question that states, are y'all planning on doing STD screenings this semester? So you can go to the health center because they are seeing people. So you can go there and you can set up an appointment to have an STI screening. As far as our office goes, since we're closed, we're not going to be typically we just do HIV testing a couple times in the semester, but we won't do that for as long as our office is closed. So, but you can always go to the health center, make an appointment, and you can make an appointment via the phone, or you can go to their website and make an appointment, and you can request it. There is a fee that They do take insurance, but even with the fees, super low cost, like minimal cost. So you can check that out. Ask all the questions before you go. So yeah. Um. Okay. So another question. This is an interesting one, but it says, "Have you heard the song Bag by JG?" Yes, I have. It's an amazing song.
Good song.
Yeah, there are a lot of explicit lyrics in the song. So if you are not a fan of what you find or what you would say is explicit, then this might not be the song for you. But
she has a whole EP.
She does.
She has a whole EP that recently dropped.
Yeah. So there we go. But if you are into, rap music, that's very liberated, then you might enjoy this. But yeah, so that's a song, and yes, I have heard it. She mentions not dealing with broke men after a tummy tuck. Okay. Do you think self-image affects partner choice? That's a really good question. Like, okay, you can take over. I got the song in my head, so I got the song in my head for my answer. Do you think self-image affects partner choice?
Honestly, everything can affect your partner choice. But yes, I mean, there can be times where maybe we don't have the best self-image for ourselves. So we gravitate towards partners who are going to compliment us a lot, who are going to tell us that we're beautiful. There's going to be times where some people might not have the best self-image, so they may pick a partner who that they feel is quote unquote like weaker than them or more vulnerable, so that they can then tear that person down to lift themselves up, which leads into a whole other topic of what is and is not love and relationship violence and all that kind of stuff, which are things that the Wellness Center does educate on. And if you are experiencing that, you can definitely come and speak with us about that. But yeah, what do you have to say on that?
Okay, the song is still in my head, which isn't. I thought I told you that. Okay, sorry. No, I mean, I agree with what you said. I think that everything affects partner choice, right? So within that, but I will kind of sort of, how can I put this? Yes, to answer the question, yes, I do think that affects, like self-image does affect partner choice. And it also affects, sometimes it can affect, how one treats themselves in a relationship and how they allow themselves to be treated in a relationship as well. We're real body positive in our office. And so with that being stated, we encourage folks to really work towards the journey of being very comfortable with themselves. We also have resources on campus to assist you with navigating those things. We have an amazing counseling center. Shout out to the UTD Counseling Center. We are also here because we talk a lot about self-image and body positivity and just being kind to yourself. But back to the question, because I feel myself rambling. Yes, I do think that affects partner choice. Sometimes, in ways that are beneficial to the individuals involved in the relationship, and other times in a very negative and problematic and it can't possibly abusive way. So really, really understanding, sorry, my dog is demanding belly rubs, but you have to just kind of sort of navigate those things. And we do educate on healthy relationships, what they look like. We have resources and support for y'all as well. So we're here. We have another question. Keep the questions coming out because, again, without questions, we're just awkwardly staring at you.
You can also put questions in the chat, whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, or Twitch, and we will also answer those.
So the question is, do you have any educational resources you recommend regarding BDSM? It seems fun, but the risk of injuring my partner or myself freaked me out. It's a legit question. As far as any paper resources, I don't think we have any brochures, which now we need to make brochures about that. But typically when it comes down to questions like this, we are the resource. And I know I've done several individual consults, and we've also done workshops pertaining to kink and safety, and breaking that down and what that looks like pertaining to folks who are wanting to engage in that. I know that in the springtime, the director of the Student Wellness Center, shout out to her, and myself, we did one for Pride, and it was amazing. Shout out to Pride. But yeah, it was amazing, and really, really good questions were asked and answered, and there was a lot of conversation, really healthy dialogue pertaining to just like kink safety. Yeah, it was a really amazing conversation.
So, a couple things. So to touch on that, as far as resources, plug the Student Wellness Center. We have a lending library that you can use once we are physically back on campus. We have all kinds of great books that are recommended by our dietitian based on some nutrition education. We have some sex education books. We have alcohol and drug education books. We even have graphic novels that deal with some of those topics. So now that you have asked about, was it specifically about kink resources? Or
no,
BDSM
this just says BDSM.
BDSM. We will get some resources pertaining to BDSM and kink and other pleasure education resources and add those to our library also. So look for that coming in the future. Another thing, thank you to Aaron, our new head peer health educator. The new address for the Student Wellness Center is SSA 14.270.
Shout out to you, Aaron.
It's going to take me a minute to remember that. But like we said, we are on the 4th floor of the Student Services Edition. But our stuff is in the process of being moved. I was told that we will hopefully have our boxes moved over on Thursday. Okay. So, yeah, we will eventually be there. So come looking for us. And if you go to the old place, that's okay. Someone should be able to point you in the direction of where we are now. So,
yeah. Those are the questions that we have so far. There was one, but we kind of talked about that with like hookups and COVID and stuff. But yeah, the question was like, is there any way to safely like hook up right now, or should we just save the hookups until after COVID? So
yeah, it's just for that. It just depends on what you define it, how you define hookup. I mean, like I said, if you're not currently living with the people that you are trying to hook up with, then yes, you're going to have to be creative. Hopefully, eventually COVID will go away. But for right now, we just have to be patient, right? We have to be creative. Now, if you are already living, with someone or some peoples, then do whatever y'all feel safe doing currently, just as long as consent is involved, because consent is mandatory. So,
facts.
Mason's so happy to be here.
Mason is really happy to be here.
Let's see what else we have here. Some people said hi, and I feel bad because I did not see this. So, hi Anna. I said hey to ETA Mavs. Hey Kira. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. The School of BBS was here, so
hey,
thanks for joining us. Hi Rachel. Hi Casey. We appreciate y'all's support. Did y'all enjoy Sex Bowl? There were some really great trivia questions being asked. Shout out to all the people who won prizes. Like,
for real,
there was money there. You can buy me things if you'd like. I have a really long Amazon wish list, but
don't do that.
Please. No, but I hope those of you who came earlier enjoyed it. Please send us feedback, because we definitely would like to use the great people over at To Go Events again for some more trivia events. I hope y'all are enjoying your weeks of welcome. There's been a ton of really fun events. I know the block party was the other day. We have a lot. There's a lot more events coming.
Happening for the next.
Aaron says the sex bowl was awesome. Thank you. Yes. So weeks of welcome. It's 2 weeks long. Like we've told you before, we know this might not have been the ideal welcome to UTD that you have wanted, but we definitely hope that you do feel welcome. UTD Dallas is a community, and so we hope that you feel like a welcome part of the community. And if you don't, reach out to us. Reach out to someone so that we can find out how better to serve you.
We're your friends with benefits.
We are your friends with benefits,
and we're also the free space in like bingo. Shout out to go events for that one because that was pretty great.
There's a question in the chat.
Okay, so as we're talking about all of this, I guess we should probably break down like what we actually do in our office because I don't really think we talked about that. That would probably be
Google's free. You can Google us and find out what we do. I'm just kidding.
So we do a lot. Our main focus is public health. And with public health, the four professional staff in the office, that's like what we do for work. But when we outside of work, we just still do public health things. We're all a bunch of giant public health nerds, and we're okay with that. So we have a registered dietitian in our office. Shout out to her. She is on leave, so she'll be back in the middle of September. If you want to set up an appointment with her, you can go to our website. There's a request a program form that you can fill out, and we'll make sure that gets to her when she's back. We talk about sex, obviously, and we talk about alcohol and other drugs and vaping. We also talk about stress management, time management, just overall wellness, what that looks like for you. We do things pertaining to COVID-19 now. So those other public health resources and information, we do that as well. We focus on just making sure that you are working towards being the healthiest version of yourself and doing all that you can to adopt healthier behaviors. And we believe in meeting you where you are. So we make plans. We work with you to make plans on what that looks like for you. So we do this via programming, events. We come into classrooms and talk to y'all there. If you are in a part of a student organization or something, you can request us and we can come hang out with you there. We do tailor some of our things so they can be as specific as you like. We also do individual consultations. So even after this live and after Sex Bowl, if you have more questions and you want to reach out, you can you can email us at studentwellness@utdallas.edu and know that we do protect you. So we're not going to be out here like, so Austin had a question like this. Only professional staff check that email. Mainly it's just Casey and I. Casey's the director.
I don't even check it.
Yeah, so it's typically us responding or forwarding it to whichever professional staff it needs to go to. But you can schedule appointments with us. You can also do that via our website, or again, you can email us for that as well. So just wanted to, talk about what we do because we are having a Sex Bowl event, but we do also do more things outside of sex stuff.
We do things. So like we said, yes, our physical office is not open, but we are all still available to you, with the exception of Sarah, because she is currently on leave, but she'll be back in September. Yes, the rest of us, we are still available to you. So we are meeting with students on a regular basis via Microsoft Teams. So, if you have things that you need to talk to us about, please don't hesitate to reach out.
So this question is a really good one, and I'm going to bring up a song in it as well. I love music. Music makes me happy, and there's a song for every single thing, right? But so the question is, what are some good ways to talk about sex amongst your friend group to make it less taboo? That's a really, really good question because I feel like within the past couple weeks, people have been discussing sex and body parts a bit more because of the song WAP by Cardi B and Megs Thee Stallion. So I feel like that has been like a segue to a lot of folks.
Played the song.
We should have. Crap, I didn't think about it. But I think that has been like a segue to a lot of folks having these conversations with their friends. I think that honestly, just saying whatever it is you need to say, to your friends. But for one, let's start off with asking them, are they in a space to listen to you say things? And then from there, maybe going into like a conversation. You learn a lot from your friends. And sometimes not everything's a good thing, but you do have those friends that, are like, girl, I don't really know. So there are some resources that you can kind of sort of go to, like the Student Wellness Center, and they can work with you. Actually, let's set up an appointment. Let's go together so we can talk about things. And sometimes it might be like, Cardi said something about mac and cheese in a song. Like, what does that mean? And how does that relate to a WAP? So just kind of sort of just being able to just saying it, really asking those questions. But I will say also, the more we talk about concepts like this, the less taboo it becomes. And it becoming less taboo actually makes it safer. Because when you hide things, when you aren't saying things, or when everything is just so hush, folks who are in situations that are unsafe, they're less likely to talk about them. Or sometimes they don't even recognize them. So opening up these conversations and having them definitely makes it less taboo. It also makes them safer. You learn so much. You learn where resources are, like the Student Wellness Center and the Counseling Center and the Health Center and CSR. So you learn where these spaces are when you have these conversations. So that was a really, really good question. Your MacBook is dying, friend. Yikes. Well, that's okay. We have other things. So if the live cuts off, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
We got 11%.
Okay, cool. Someone said WAP is my jam, ordered it on vinyl. Turn up for that. That cover though. Yeah, that was pretty great. Yeah, so like I said, I brought that song up because I know from the Twitters and the social media things, I've seen a lot of folks saying that listening to the song and listening to it with their friends, has really made them get to a place where they're comfortable enough to even have these conversations just amongst friend groups, like with some of their very best friends. As far as like me and my best friends, they know me. I don't have a filter. They don't either though. So like this is one of my best friends, but like we don't have filters. So I just kind of call them or text them with randomness that I need to share with them, and they listen. But I always am respectful. Hey, so this conversation is going to center around sex. Are you in the space to listen? If they tell me no, I respect that. And then, I go about my business. But these are healthy conversations. And yeah, so I think that just having them is what helps. Again, if you have questions that you don't want to ask in the chat, you can go to www.slido.com and use the code 0069. I'm not sure what's
Sorry, there was a question about him. So.
Oh, what's the question?
So I wanted to know his name.
Oh, his name is Mason.
This is Mason. Mason, say hi.
Mason he's 6 years old. He's a rescue. I got him when he was a little over 1. He is a mini schnauzer Chiser mix. He looks like a min pin, I know, but he's not. Because when he was rescued, his brother was rescued, and so were his parents. And his mother was pregnant with a litter of 5. And they're all named after Disney characters, and they all live on the East Coast. I know this because I keep in touch with the folks who are part of his family. But yeah.
Mason's not named after Disney characters.
No, the new litter. So his younger siblings are all named after
I was
Disney
like,
characters.
what movie has a Mason?
Yeah, no. So his younger siblings are named after Disney characters. But yeah, he's been rocking and rolling with me since 2015, and it's been great. He's spoiled rotten, and he wants to be the only dog in your life, even if you have other dogs. So.
Animals with human names are the best. Yes, they're pretty great. So we have another question in the chat about sex positivity. However, like she said, this computer's about to die. So we're going to close, and we're going to come right back via another device. So hold on. We have several devices.
Privilege.
So privilege. Anyway,